facing intense pressure to win Tuesday's debate, the president took a decidedly more aggressive, in-your-face approach.
In the last 4 years, you cut permits and licenses on federal land and federal waters in half.
Not true, Governor Romney.
I don't believe.
I don't think so, Candy.
I don't believe.
I want to make sure our timekeepers are working here.
Chinese investments and so forth.
Candy, hold on a second.
Mr. President, I'm still speaking.
But did that performance by Mr. Interrupter, coupled with the negative campaign that the president's been running, cause his popularity to take a hit? A recent poll shows the president's likability is down 6 points since September, an indication that he's losing ground in the one place he's always had an advantage. Our political panel joins us to weigh in right now. Wayne Rogers is the chairman of the investment strategies firm, Wayne M. Rogers & Company. Bernard Whitman is a former pollster for President Clinton and author of 52 Reasons to Vote for Obama. And Aaron Klein is a radio talk show host and author of Fool Me Twice, Obama's Shocking Plans for 4 More Years Exposed. All right, Aaron, you say that you feel that this new, more aggressive president is making him less likable.
I do, and I don't think it's because of his aggressive tactics. I think it's because of his divisive tactics. We're talking about class warfare here. We're talking about, I guess you can call it gender warfare, the claim of a war on women. Just this tactic that I think is being deployed by Obama deliberately, and that is calling the other side liars, is constantly smearing the other side as being dishonest. Well, the American people are seeing, I think, right through some of this, and it's really taking a toll on his likability.
You know what, Bernard, I was talking to some friends after the second debate where there was a lot of interrupting, and they said, you know, we saw Mitt Romney push back hard during the Republican primary, but we've never seen President Obama push back so sharply, and they felt he wasn't as likable.
Well, actually, I don't believe that. I think it's about time the president did push back. And the only person, frankly, in this debate that is engaging in class warfare is Mitt Romney, who divides the country 53% and then 47% victims. The truth is, the Thomson Reuters poll from earlier this month shows that Obama has a 22-point likability advantage.
Bernard, why is the president of the United States losing right now in the National Gallup poll by 7?
Well, you know, I think the key polls will be twofold. One, the poll on Election Day. Two, the poll in the battleground states. The battleground states, all the important ones, particularly Ohio, have the president ahead. So I think that he's going to make up points from his second debate in the national polls, and I think go on to win.
Wayne?
I don't think that. I see, you know, when you have these instant polls right after some event or something like that. For example, last night, you know, at the dinner where both of them were comedic, as it were, they're going to both be likable.
Sure.
I don't think these things are pass very quickly. You know, after the first debate, of course, Mitt Romney was, you know, and we look at the terrible part about it is people think of these things like sporting events. Somebody won or somebody lost.
But
that's
Wayne,
crazy.
do people vote for president based on likability?
I think there's some idiots out there who do.
Well,
yes,
unfortunately, they do base more on trust. And likability plus familiarity does lead to trust, which is why I think the president wins.
All right. Then this next topic is going to be what the panel is talking about next. Speaking of trust, a new poll says that small businesses are bummed out by the election and more skeptical than ever before. So which candidate can they trust to help them get America back to work? Meanwhile, 25 after the top, small business owners are the biggest drivers of the economy, employing half of the private sector workforce. So it's not surprising that both candidates made a play for these job creators during the last debate.
I want to help small businesses grow and thrive. I know how to make that happen.
I said I would cut taxes for small businesses, who are the drivers and engines of growth. And we've cut them 18 times.
That's why everything I'll do is designed to help small businesses grow and add jobs.
But despite the rhetoric, business owners are bummed about what the future holds, as 77% believe their taxes will increase next year. And because of that, 67% say they don't plan on hiring anybody next year. That doesn't help unemployment. So which candidate can restore their confidence? Back with our political panel today. Wayne Rogers, you're in the business world. Why are so many people bummed out?
Well, I don't think it's just that. I think that, you know, the administration talks about helping small business. Small business not only has 50% of the employees, they create 80% of the new jobs in the market. the administration policies have restricted small business. They have helped big business, and everything that the administration does goes to foster big business. We have 4 banks in the United States that control over 55% of the banking assets.
Too big to fail.
Too big to exist. Not too big to fail, too big to exist. So a small bank where the banker, the borrower-lender relationship is destroyed because the decision is made somewhere up in Washington instead of the guy who's right there in the community, who knows the community, who's doing that.
And they don't
that goes on constantly.
And they just don't have confidence about things are going to get better, do they?
It's nuts. It's very bad policy. The more you remove it from the local place where it's supposed to be doing a good thing, the worse it gets, because the federal government knows nothing about it. They're blind to that.
All right, Bernard?
I got a news flash for small business owners, and I'm one of them. The Thomson Reuters poll of consumer expectations and consumer sentiment from October skyrocketed. It's at the highest level in 5 years. So my message is to small business owners, get with the program. Look at where your customers are. Your customers are feeling better about the economy, and with good reason. Housing prices are up, sentiment's up, job creation's up. And the fact is, this president, as I write about in my book, 52 Reasons to Vote for Obama, one of the reasons is he cut taxes for small businesses 18 times and helped infuse capital, tax cuts, vow to hire Heroes Act for
most of those
hiring
tax
veterans.
cuts have already expired, and they were only temporary. I mean, I know it's your job to make it sound
provided
like happy days are here again.
you know what? Romney wants to repeal Obamacare, which would actually force a tax hike on small businesses.
Unfortunately, Obamacare, Aaron, is going to force a lot of businesses into turning full-time employees into temporary employees so they don't have to pay them.
Yeah, and if Obamacare was so good, then why isn't President Obama running on that platform? And I have a newsflash, by the way, for Bernard, because in my book, which I will shamelessly plug, Fool Me Twice, I go through Obama's second-term plans, which will be devastating for small businesses. We're talking about new economic patriotism, which he hasn't explained, paycheck fairness, where he could tell small businesses basically the price of how they should hire people, second-term stimulus, including possibly a green stimulus, and more, government-run jobs program. It's not good for small businesses.
All right, split panel decision, not surprising. That's the way it always works. You give both sides fair and balanced. Wayne and Bernard and Aaron, thank you very much. Great.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday.
Well, thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
Pleasure coming.
Happy birthday, dudes.
All right, no gifts?
It's us.
That's it?
Mine's in the other room.
Yeah, good one. Thank you, Wayne.